Well, gang, a very good evening to you. Welcome along to Bracknell in Royal Berkshire for tonight's New Year's Eve 2020 talk show. A very good evening to you, gang. Well, this is new, isn't it? I've never ever done a talk show on a New Year's Eve. So it's new for me, probably new for you. And it's very unusual as well, of course, because there's nothing open. There's absolutely nothing open, certainly not where I am down here in the south in Tier 4, as indeed is most of the country. I went out earlier. I've been out for 2 walks today, my usual morning walk, and one tonight as well. I went out about 8:30 and I got back about 9:30 and had a walk around, and all you've got out really is a few kids. I was out for about an hour, hardly passed anyone at all, except there's a park just near me called South Hill Park. They've got the most beautiful building. Actually, I think it's on, if I remember right, well, which video is it on? I think it's on the opening video that we use when it's not Christmas time. It's a bit different today, of course. And there's a building on there, and I was just coming past that, and there's like the building, a road, and a big like park bit, you know, with a big pond with ducks and beautiful swans and things like that. And there were some kids out there smoking some very, very strange smelling cigarettes. Oh, you take your life in your hand, dear, when you're walking around here. Frightens the life out of me. And what were they doing? Lighting fireworks on the pavement. You don't dare say anything because you get a mouthful, don't you? You know, so I kind of put my hands in my pockets and I kept my head down like that. I got my earphones on. I was listening to a bloke at Reach On Air, the radio station I do. And I'm just walking along, and they whenever you walk past a group of kids who are doing something naughty that they shouldn't be, in this case, lighting fireworks on the pavement, they look like homemade things as well. You know, these were not things that you'd put like in a bottle or something like that. They'd created this out of gunpowder. I could tell. And he's twisting. There's this boy on the floor. I don't know what he was, 16, 17, 18. And he's turning this thing around like that. And I thought, what on earth is he trying to do? Of course, then they spot me and they look up at you suspiciously, don't they? Like, is that a policeman or not? I mean, do I look like a policeman? I mean, there's some very camp policemen out there, but possibly not as camp as me, dear. Anyway, they certainly weren't wearing this, were they? And he was spinning this thing anyway. I carried on walking. And as I walked past, there was a group there that I literally walked past. They were right next to them. And then over there on the grass, there was another group who were also on the floor, up to no good. And then a little bit further on, another group of kids. All then I walked past and I thought, I don't dare look back. You know, I don't dare look back. Am I about to have a firework thrown at me? Do you know what I mean? But I kind of picked up my pace a little bit and I seemed to escape. And then I looked back a little bit later and there was a bloke following me. I thought, hello, your luck's in tonight. No, it wasn't. He went the other way, unfortunately. And I got back here and had something to eat, watched a little bit of telly, and here we are now together for this 2020 into 2021. And you're very welcome. I hope we have a nice little time tonight. I'm not quite sure what will happen. I've got a few little bits and pieces planned. We do have a very special guest appearance just before midnight tonight, okay? That's coming up a little bit later. You'll never guess who I've managed at no expense. No expense to me whatsoever. You'd never guess who I've managed to help us with tonight's wonderful show. So that's coming up just before midnight, as well as, of course, Big Ben and Auld Lang Syne, all right? I've got some messages coming in this evening. If you're new to the show, a warm welcome along to you. This is how it works. There is a chat box on YouTube, okay? The chat box is there for you to talk to each other. Just to let you know, I do not go into the chat box at all. I don't look at it. I can't see it. It's not on in front of me, okay? The way to contact me during the show is either to use the text message thing up the top there, okay? There's a text thing there. If you got a mobile phone or something like that, just text me your message, 07551 259 675 is my text number, 07551 259 675. Or you can send us an email. The email address is up there in front of you at the moment, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. There's also a phone number, And we'll be opening the phone line in a moment, just in case anyone wants to call in and chat. You can do that as well. It's not quite open yet, all right? I'll be opening that in a moment or two. Just want to read some of your messages coming in at the moment. Got to say hello to Paul in Amsterdam, who's looking forward to toasting Happy Brexit at 11 o'clock, which is another thing happening today, of course. At 11 o'clock, in just 25 minutes' time, we officially leave the European Union. Now, that's the political organisation, not Europe. We'll always be in Europe. We're always going to be friends with everyone else. It's just the political union thing that we're leaving, and that will be happening in just under 25 minutes' time at 11 o'clock. So you might want to have a little drink for that. I don't have any drink here. All I've got in the fridge, you see, was a bottle of Prosecco, a full bottle. And I'm not a drinker. I really don't drink at all. The only time I ever drink is if I'm on an aircraft, maybe a little glass of something, one, maybe two, absolute maximum. Because I don't drink, so it only takes me a small amount of drink to go over the top. Or I like going out with afternoon teas, although I've only been for two this year. One in at the what's the name of that place now? One at Coworth Park, which is in Ascot, which isn't too far from here in Bracknell at all. It's a wonderful afternoon. If you ever get the chance of doing that, it's a little bit pricey, but you get what you pay for and you won't be disappointed. It's a wonderful afternoon if you ever get the chance to go for an afternoon tea somewhere. In my case, where I am here, at Coworth Park in Ascot. That's probably the best one around here. And also, my friend Adam the plumber took me out for my birthday, which is in February. Incidentally, just coming up again. February's birthday, so, you know, if you want to sort of saving up for a little gift or something for me, don't go mad. You know, I'm very happy. Anything over the price of 50 quid is perfectly acceptable. You don't need to spend any more than 50 or 100 if you want to. Or just send the cash in an envelope. I've seen no cash here for months, dear. Months. There's no cash. No cash. No one's working. Oh, and the other one, I went to a hotel in London, which was just fantastic, that Adam the plumber took me to. I can't remember the name of the hotel now. Oh, God blimey, what was the name of the hotel now? Who remembers the name of the hotel that I went to? How stupid is that? It'll come to me eventually, I think. Anyway, that was lovely as well. So afternoon tea's fantastic, and that's the only time I'll ever have a drink, you see. So when I say I've got a bottle of Prosecco in the fridge, that will require 4 people to help me drink that. Well, I don't really have 4 friends. I'm a very sad, lonely person. That's why I'm sitting here tonight, to be honest. All right. Hello to George Bonds. Good evening, George Bonds. Happy New Year to you. Gary Ross says, glad Gary's in Belfast. Hello to you, Gary. Glad you're doing the show to take us into the New Year's Eve, Chris. Looking forward to the appearance of the secret guest. I hope they're on double time. No, this particular person was only too pleased to help us. Only too pleased to help us. It's not necessary to get money from people all the time. I often say this, you know. Those of you sitting at home because you're too bone-eyed or lazy to get a job or something, you know, you don't want to do anything, do you? You know, even if you can't get a job. There's plenty of people out there who are out of work and desperately short of money. It's awful. Awful. But even those people, you know, perhaps a little volunteer job to give you something to do. You need something to get out of bed for in the morning. In my case, it's the radio show I do at Reach On Air now. And this on Saturday mornings and Wednesday nights as well, usually. You know, tonight is an extra one for the New Year's Eve. You need something. Have a look at volunteer jobs. In fact, there is a job that's been advertised in the Sun today, which I'll come to in a moment. Let's just read some of these anyway. Mike says, Happy New Year, Chris. Hello, Mike in Brighton. Hello, Mike. Thank you for taking time to host tonight's show. Been looking forward to it all day. I hope I don't disappoint too much, Mike in Brighton. You know, I hope did I disappoint you before? 30 years ago, wasn't it, when you come to my flat? I hope I didn't disappoint you then either, Mike. Good evening, Mike in Brighton. Good evening to Peter Wright. Hello to Peter. Happy New Year to you, Peter Wright. Evening, Peter. Mark Bowles is in the house. Evening, Mark. Hope you have a happy and healthy New Year. That's from the delightful Mark Bowles. And love to your beautiful lady as well, Tina. All right, Happy New Year to you, Tina. Good evening to Fran Green. Evening, Fran, who misspelt her own name on the radio show this morning, didn't you, my love? Do you know the amount of people that send there were 2 misspellings this morning. those of you that don't know, I do a radio show Monday to Friday, which moves next week. I'm moving from 10 till 11 till 9 to 10 as from next Monday. So I'll be on every day at 9 till 10 at reachonair.com. And I had 2 misspelt messages this morning. One from it was Rachel, wasn't it? Rachel Wheatland said she'd moved to South Holland, and it should have been Holbeach, of course, and Fran Green completely misspelt their names. And I was thinking about this earlier today, actually. You two, perhaps you could get a job on one of the tabloids, because they're always full of spelling mistakes and paragraph incorrectnesses and things like that. Dreadful. The amount of bad spelling now that you see in a newspaper is unbelievable. I don't think anyone's checking the damn things. Either that or they're cutting and pasting each other. Do you know, whatever paper you pick up, they're all the same stories, aren't they? Have you noticed that? Have you got anyone in Bracknell who's watching this evening? I'd be very interested to know that. We're on the Bracknell Facebook page this evening as well. Good evening to Paul in Cornwall. Happy New Year's Eve to you, Paul. As indeed Mick Davenport. Happy New Year from Mick and Mandy tonight. Paul and James are with us tonight in Liverpool. I hope you heard your song earlier. I played you a record earlier on my show. Hello to Paul and James in Liverpool. You know, the best ever accent in Liverpool. I love that Liverpudlian accent. Do you remember the Liverbirds? La da 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 da. That one. Neris Hughes and another one, wasn't it? A blonde girl. Actually, that character was replaced, wasn't it? It was Neris Hughes and one of 2 other girls in that, the Liverbirds. Hello to Stephen Petty. Good evening, Stephen. Happy New Year to you, sir. Stephen Petty and his family there. Weird City Citizen. Good evening, Weird City. Have missed you. Well, we're still here, Weird City. We're here every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock and every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, okay? Just in case you didn't know that, my darling. Hello to Andy. Good evening, Andy. Hello, Chris. Wishing you a Happy New Year. Let's hope 2020 is better then. And here's to Season 2 of Bridgerton from Andy. Bridgerton, if you don't know already, and I'm surprised, I haven't come across many people who have watched this yet, and most of you, I know, have got the Netflix now. Bridgerton, it's a bit like Upstairs, Downstairs, Downton, but not quite, if you see. It's probably more like... They say it's supposed to be Netflix's answer to Downton Abbey, but it's not. It's not really like that, but they're similar. Same sort of costumes and things like that. Beautiful costumes. I gotta say, you know, I always thought it was only the BBC who could make stuff like this. You know, and in the old days, companies like ATV and Thames, people like that. But Netflix do a damn good job of some of those shows. There's some very, very good-looking people in there, girls and boys, I have to say. Do you know, I don't know if those of you that are watching Bridgerton, I really want the little fat ginger girl to get a boyfriend. You know the one? I can't think of the character's name at the moment, but she's always so upset because everyone's got boyfriends except her, and she's such a lovely, bubbly little character. Can't think of her name. I want her. I'm watching her. She was crying. I've watched episode 3 today. And she was crying on it. And I could tell she was crying because she wanted someone. Isn't it horrible when you can't get someone? I know all about that. Sitting here. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm a sad old bloke sitting in a television studio. All right, it's a spare bedroom, if you must know. I know you think it's a proper TV studio. I'm going to come out, you. I'm coming out, boys and girls. I'm coming out. I'm in a spare bedroom. Can you believe it? Someone like me, an international star, sitting in a spare bedroom, and the reason I'm here is because I've got no one in my life. Oh, well, never mind. At least I've got the money. Hello to Michael Lawrence. Evening, Michael. In London there. Hello, Michael. Hope you and your family have a nice year, and best of time to you as well, Michael. Good evening to Shania, who keeps going on about this £5 that I owe her. 2 years ago, wasn't this year, was it? 2 years ago, Shania and her dad, was her brother there? Callum. I think he was. Callum, who's her brother, and her dad turned up at church where I play the organ. I wasn't playing on this particular day at the Corpus Christi in Wokingham, but they turned up there and we met. And it was It was lovely, and it doesn't matter if you're not a churchgoer, you'll understand this. It was lovely to have friends with me in that church. I've only ever been with 2 people that I know in that, well, 4 if you count those 3. 4 people, that's those 3 on that occasion, and once my sister came down, and she came to church with me, and it was nice at the Corpus Christi in Wokingham. Anyway, at the end of the service, those of you that don't know this, we do teas. Okay, they do teas. So we went out, we ordered some tea. And I went to pay. I think I went to pay, and I only had a £20 note. I think I remember this rightly. I only had a £20 note. Anyway, they didn't have much change, you know. And the way they charge for teas in a church, it's not like a charge. It's not like 50 pence a cup. It's not like that. It's a donation. So, you know, if you've got your £20 note there, and you look in the plate and there's like £3 there, you don't want to be paying £18 for 5 cups of tea, do you? Because there was one for me, one for Shania, one for Callum, one for a dad, and one for Father David, who was the church, who was the priest at the time. It's changed now. We've got a canon there now, dear. Oh, we haven't got any old priest there now. We've got a canon, dear. A canon. Canon Simon, who's great. He's great. He's really good. And so Father David was there. I said, you ain't got any change on you. Anyway, Shania's dad pulled out a £5 and paid for it. Well, I haven't heard the end of it ever since, dear. On and on they go about wanting this blooming £5 back. Jeez. Well, whenever you come to the church, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will buy you a cup of tea and a cake. I don't think you got me a cake or a biscuit. Oh, well, the biscuit's free of charge. The biscuits might have been free. On and on they go about this £5, honestly. We've got a super chat there. Thank you to Peter Wright for the super chat. Oh, I haven't got my super chats lined up. There we go. Thanks very much to Peter Wright for the super chat this evening. Which means I give you 2 free raffle tickets. Thank you, Peter. You see this clock here? That is a United Kingdom Talk clock. Only 2 left, right? This one here, which is for the super chat. What is a super chat? A super chat is when you send me a tip. Sometimes people like to send me tips. And in exchange, I give you, for your £1 super chat, a free raffle ticket. Okay, there we are. As a way of saying thank you for the tip. And so he gets 2 free raffle tickets. £2 gets you 2 free raffle tickets there, Peter. And that goes in a little pot there. Peter Wright. Peter Wright, there we go. All right, Peter, 708. You don't need to know the numbers on these ones, okay? There you go, Peter. So 2 free raffle tickets for you there. And the draw for that will be not this Saturday, but the Saturday after, okay? So not this Saturday, but the Saturday after in the morning at the 10 o'clock show. And I know also that Gizmo, who's not far from here at all in Guildford, thank you, Gizmo, has also sent me a £1 tip tonight. So thank you, Gizmo. Let me give you a raffle ticket as well. Number 710 for the delightful Gizmo. Gizmo is announced. There you go, darling. 710 gives you a chance to win that clock Saturday week in the morning. All right? Now, I mentioned to you there are 2 clocks. There are 2 left. All right? That's the super chat one. The other one, which is just down there. Here's the other one. There we go. Here is the other one. You see this one here? It's not got a bag on it, this one. But that one we are giving away tonight. After midnight. After midnight, I will be giving anyone who wants one a free raffle ticket tonight. Okay? And then before the end of the show, we will draw the raffle. That will happen tonight just after midnight. So something to look forward to. That will be your first absolute excitement into 2021. You'll remember that for the rest of your life. You know, especially if you win. Who's going to win? I never know. But everyone will be getting a free raffle ticket who's still with us after midnight. So that's very tempting to stay tonight, isn't it, eh? All right. Good evening to Rachel Wheatland. Evening, Rachel. Hello to you, darling. Good evening to Maureen. Rachel's one of those people that's made a misspelling this morning. Very disappointing. Please check your spelling before you send the messages. All right. Hello to Maureen. Good evening to the Maureen. She's wishing everyone a happy new year. Good evening, Maureen. Maureen's in London, keeping safe and away from everyone. Good evening to One Man and his Sprinter van, who says, thanks for doing the show tonight and throughout the year. All the best for 2021 and happy new year to One Man and his Sprinter van. You know what? I'm going to turn my heating off because I'm getting quite warm here. Let me just turn I can always do it all remotely here too. Look. No need to be downstairs on my Hive app. Hive. Look, the red. It's far too hot. Turn it off immediately. Stop. Thank you very much. God, I'm sweating buckets here. It's the only thing in this room. You do get quite warm when you're doing a show. Just a reminder, gang, if you haven't been to the show for a while, you'll notice the chat box is there, as it will be for always, okay, now. But I don't go in the chat box at all. So if you're trying to send me a message in the chat box, I simply won't see it. You need to either text it in there, 07551 259 675 is my texting number, or you can email chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. You will be able to call in a moment as well when we open the phone lines, all right? Some emails coming in here from Diane H. Hello, Diane. Oh, she's always there, Diane. I love you. I love you. She says, hiya, Chris. Just wanted to say thank you for all your lovely shows this year. Hope 2021 is a good one for you and everyone. Love and socially distance hugs from the lovely Diane Jebb. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Diane. Jeff Burley is there. Hello to Jeff. Evening, Jeff. He's got a caravan next to mine up in Lincolnshire. Incidentally, Jeff, I've turned my heating on up at the caravan on very low. It always worries me about frozen pipes in caravans. You see, you're supposed to do a drain down, but we never knew that we weren't going to go back up there. And so the water's still on in my caravan, and it worries the life out of me, burst pipes. Very expensive. Well, probably not, actually, when you think about it, of course. But if the pipe did burst, like tonight, I won't know about it for weeks, and by the time I get here, it'd be like another river. You'll open the door, you know, like on some of those cartoons when they open the door and all this water pours out. My bed and my telly are just go floating out, along with all the TV and radio equipment. And we don't want that happening, so I've turned the heating on. I'll tell you, would you like to know what temperature it is in my caravan? Everything's remote control here. It's very clever. Very clever. Here's the temperature in my caravan. Well, would you like to know the temperature in my living room? Or my bedroom. The living room. Yes, okay then. The living room, where the heating is on very low in there, it's at the moment, there we go, 6.5 degrees. There we go, 6.5 degrees in my living room. Can you see that there, that thing there? That's the level of heat. So that's high and that's as low as it can go. So it's 6.5 degrees in my living room, in the caravan. And in the bedroom, it is 8 degrees. There we go. 8, there you go. You see it right at the top there. That's the set level. It's up there. 8 degrees in my bedroom at the moment. And from here, I can either turn the heating on and off. Isn't that clever? Isn't it clever what we can do? I've got a little camera outside there. I can see what's going on outside the caravan. Isn't it fantastic what we can do now when you think about it? But all it is switches on and off. That's all we're doing, switching something off on and off. I can turn the lights on in my bedroom there. I can turn the little fairy lights on going around the caravan. All from here. All from anywhere in the world by pushing something on my phone. I'm just amazed by what we can do there. Amazed. So hello to Jeff and Linda watching this evening. I got that one again from Diane. Is that the same one there from Diane? I think it is. Just a moment. Let me just clear a couple of those down and then I can see. And wow. Thanks very much to Stephen Petty. He's just sent me a picture. I can't... Oh, yes, I can show it to you. I'll take a picture of it. This is Stephen Petty. He's got his big boy HGV pass photo. He passed HGV thing on the 29th of... December. What, this year? So what? A couple of days ago? Well done. The test centre is in Grimsby, Coldwater. I managed to travel there just before Lincoln turned into Tier 4, and Grimsby have stayed in Tier 3. Oh, that's funny, because they're very close to each other, aren't they? Look at this. Check this out, everyone. Wow. Hang on a minute. Let's show you this picture. It's Stephen and his new van. Well, if I need any removals done, then I'll come and let you know, Stephen. All right. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. There's Stephen and his van. It's good, isn't it? That's a bit. I think I'll be able to get all my stuff in there. You could get a caravan in that if I ever needed to move that, couldn't you? Eh? You can actually move caravans around from site to site, although it can sometimes be difficult finding another site to take an old caravan, believe it or not. Well, we're still in Europe at the moment for the next 5 minutes, and then we become a sovereign country in just 5 minutes' time. Amazing. All that time, all that rowing and what have you going on all the time. Gosh, it did my head in, didn't it you, that whole Brexit thing? It's nearly over. 5 minutes. It's over. Done. James and Paul says, used to love the Liverbirds. They were great. They certainly were, weren't they? Great programme, Liverbirds. And there was one with blokes as well. Now, what was that called? The Likely Lads. Very similar to the Liverbirds, but blokes instead of girls. Very, very good indeed. Hello to Michael Pullman, who says, hello, Chris, Happy New Year. He's in Australia, so they've already had their New Year's Eve fireworks. I did see some of that on the telly. Obviously, I don't think anyone was around to be outside and watch them or anything like that, was there? Wow. Jeff says, I drained mine off last time I was there. Going next week to check. Do you want yours draining down? Actually, Jeff, I never found my my drain thing. I've got a feeling it's in a position that's very difficult to get to. I tell you what we did, Jeff. What I did last year with my caravan, on the advice of a plumber actually, is that there's a little door. I don't mind telling you where this... You've probably seen it. You know where my new aerial is? My new transmission mast. My new United Kingdom Talk Reach on Air transmission mast is on the caravan. Down there and along by my electric point, you know where the meter is, there's a little door. Okay? What I did last year, on the advice of a plumber, open the door, there's the stopcock in there. Okay? So I turned the stopcock off. I then undid the nut and pulled the blue pipe off. Now, it was a bit stiff. It took a little bit of wiggling around to get it off, but eventually it came off, and then literally the water just flowed out. I did turn the taps on as well in the caravan as well. I think you're supposed to do that as well. Unfortunately, you won't be able to do that because you haven't got a key. But if you go, I think my nephew was going to go around there and do it, but I don't know. He's not very well at the moment. He's got a very bad toothache, which they can't fix until next week sometime. He's having to put up with a bad toothache at the moment, which is a bit of... I can't remember the last time I had a toothache. Not very pleasant at all, really, is it? Do you remember having a toothache? Put that oil of cloves on, don't you? Does that help, do you think? I think I had one as a child, a toothache. Mike in Brighton, leave the heating on and take off your clothes. Well, you've had them off once, Mike. How many times do you want them off, my love? About 30 years ago. All the secrets come out on this programme. I'm telling you that now. Thank you very much. Good evening to Daniel Holmes joining us tonight as well. Good evening to you, Daniel. Welcome along. Oops, excuse me. Welcome along to you. The word stopcock still makes me laugh. Well, I can't think why, dear. It's your mind, Stephen. You're a very rude person, darling. We don't do rudeness on this programme. Hello to Simon Steele. Evening to you, Simon. Right, we can open a phone line now. We've done all the messages, haven't we? There was a job I was going to mention to you, which is just fantastic. If you like volunteering type jobs. Okay, there's a job that you may be interested in. It involves helping other people. And it's not a bad thing. I would say it involves a little bit of risk, to be honest. But do you like a little bit of risk at all? Who likes a bit of risk? Will you risk it for a Swisskit? Phone lines are open now. Okay, there you go. 020-8144-3477 is my phone number. If you call in, you will need to send your number. If you call in on a withheld number or unknown, it won't get answered, I'm afraid. The reason for that is too many people ring up, you answer, and they put the phone down. Well, if you send your number and you do that, you get blocked, and then you can't do it again, all right? So that's the reason for that. You have to send your number, like not a withheld number, when you call me. So if you'd like to call in, and you don't have to, You don't have to call in. You can do so now. The lines are open. 020 8144 3477. 020 8144 3477. All right? And it's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock, boys and girls. This is United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from the United Kingdom, a sovereign company, a sovereign country. Welcome to our show. And you've always been welcome. And wherever you are in the world or Europe, you will always be welcome to our sovereign country, the United Kingdom. Welcome. So it's happened. It's happened after all that rowing in Parliament. All that on and on. It's finally happened. We're on our own now. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Only time will tell. Let's hope it's a good thing. Let's just hope it's a good thing. All right? We're on our own now. How do you feel about that? Phone lines are open, 0208 144 3477. Here's the job I was talking to you about in the sun. And, of course, we're now an hour away from New Year's Eve as well. We are 1 hour away from New Year's Eve. We've got a call coming in, finishing 79. Hello, who's on the line, please?
This is Anne.
Hello, Anne. Welcome along, Anne.
Hello, how are you?
And where are you, my love?
I'm at home in Woking.
Oh, you're in Woking, are you? You're not far from me, Anne?
No, not that far.
Hang on a minute, Anne Taplin.
That's me, mate.
I've got your voice. You see, I recognised your voice straight away. Now, let me just tell people who this is. Anne is possibly Barry Manilow's biggest fan. Sorry to get in your mind a little bit, Anne, here, but she even named a beautiful dog that's sadly no longer with us, Manilow. She had a beautiful dog for a long time that she lost her. Was it last year, Anne, or the year before?
It was 2 years ago.
Was
now.
it 2 years now? God, how time
16.
passes. But you loved that dog, and I know you gave it the best life you possibly could, my love. I know it's difficult losing a pet. But,
it is.
Would you class yourself as Barry Manilow's biggest ever fan?
Yeah.
Tell us.
You haven't seen my new flat, have you?
No. Tell us.
I'll have to put a video up.
Tell us what you've got in your flat.
Wall-to-wall pictures of Barry.
Marvellous. Is there little statuettes or anything like that?
I've got lots of memorabilia, yeah.
Go on, what else have you got there?
Let me work it round. I have a massive...
Yeah, just look at what you got and tell us. So start on the left and tell us what you got there.
Right, massive poster of Barry.
Yeah.
I've then got some artwork that I've created, some clocks, a signed microphone.
What, by him? Did he use the microphone?
Yes.
Oh, what? Do you know what make it is or not?
Let me have a... It's in a cabinet.
Right. Because I'm into microphones. You see, the funny thing is this microphone here. This is about must be about 12, 15 years old now. This microphone, and this cost me about 120 quid at the time. If I was a person of a lot of money, I would quite happily spend 2, 3, 4 thousand pounds on a microphone, right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't spend 80 quid on a pair of trainers. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
It's what your thing is. There's blokes who go and watch. My nephew, he goes to football matches. You know, say goodbye to a couple of £100 on a Saturday afternoon by the time fares and everything else have gone in. But that's his thing. Your thing is Manilow, and no doubt, if you had it, money would be no option. Would I be right in saying that?
That's true. I mean, I paid £500 for a signed sweater that Barry had worn on stage.
Wow.
And then signed afterwards.
Wow. 500 quid. Any idea what the mic is?
No, it doesn't say on it.
Okay, can you see your screen from... Oh, actually, I don't have one in here. I don't have one.
I can send you a picture of it at some point.
Yeah, but I'd just love to know. I'm into that sort of technology and that sort of thing. So you got a microphone, you got a signed sweater. What else you got there?
I've got... in my bedroom, it is just signed photos and whatever.
Yeah, wonderful.
that he's fine. I have got other few bits on my wall. I've got pictures of obviously my dog
Yeah.
and my horses.
You're booked in at Cardiff, aren't you?
I'm in at Cardiff, yes.
Have we got a new date for that yet or not?
June.
It's in June now, is it? Been moved back to June, so about a year ago. I've actually got my tickets here in front of me, Anne. I keep things like that right in front of me. Let me see. Can I show these to you or not? I don't think I can because someone might take a photo of them and start using them as their own blooming tickets. Martin, they own them. And let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Are they there? I'm sure they're at the bottom.
Because it will have the old date on them.
Yeah. Tax forms, national insurance. Oh, there is somewhere. Hang on. I'm dying. I'm worried now that I've lost them. Oh, Anne!
What?
Don't say I've lost them, darling.
Oh, no. We've got a bit of time to find them.
No! 1 minute. What's this? Statements. Oh, another bill to be paid. What's this? 350 quid? What's this? Nothing to do with me. Oh, hang on. That's a quote. That was a quote. Hang on a minute, Anne. Oh, I'm dying to find these now. I'm worried now.
1st of June, I think it is.
1st of June, is it?
Yeah.
I know they're here. They wouldn't have been moved from here anyway.
Yeah, it is, because I invited you to go to Barry Island with us, and you couldn't go, could you? Because you're going straight back home after the concert.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I generally don't stay out, even if I go out somewhere or whatever. No, I know there is somewhere, Anne. Don't worry, darling. Blooming will hope so, anyway. I've
got some exciting news.
Yes?
I have a novel that's been published. It was published a while ago, and I've had it re-released.
Okay.
So it's now for sale on Amazon.
What's that called, then?
Reflections.
Reflections?
Yeah. So if anybody wants to read a really good book, and it's out on, it's coming out on ebook for Kindle.
Let's have a look at
that.
Well. Look, do you know what? I've just typed in Reflections, and it's come up.
Yeah.
I didn't even put in Taplin. How fabulous is that? £7.42, is that it? Yes.
That's the one.
That's it. £7.42 Kindle edition. Available instantly as a paperback as well. Let's have a look.
Yep.
How have you written about this? Once upon a time in a sleepy English village, there lived a young woman who was discarded by her family. Her husband had left her, and a woman sets out to destroy her. New friends come to the rescue in Reflections, a story of love, past and to the future. But will their efforts be enough? Should she move away again so the heartache can leave her soul? Heartache. Nothing. Join in, Anne. Nothing but a heartache.
It's not a Barry, so I don't know it.
Oh, okay. She only knows Barry songs. This modern story of love, the past and the future, tells of a lost love and a woman doomed to cope with their efforts. Will it be enough? Oh, it's wonderful. It looks great. So that's your book, A Story of Love, Past and to the Future, and it's called Reflections.
That's it.
Anne Taplin. Who's the fella on the front cover? That's not Barry.
No, that's a woman.
Oh, is it a woman?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a bloke, dear. It's so difficult to tell these days, Anne. In fact, when I first met you, I wasn't sure what you were, my darling. Man, woman, or robot. Pardon?
It isn't me on the cover.
No, I can see that, my darling.
Hasn't got pink hair.
Oh, you must be missing Barry this year, though.
Oh, I know. I'm just so thankful that we got to proms in the park.
Yeah. Wow.
At least that gave us a little bit of a...
I like watching it on the YouTube. I know the tickets are here somewhere. I'm not going to worry about them.
You've got a little bit of time to find them.
I've just dropped my glasses on the floor. Can you talk for a moment and fill in while I pick up my glasses? I've dropped my glasses.
Yeah. Well, I've managed to, because of the delay in the concerts, it gave me a chance to save up a little bit more money.
Right.
So I've actually ended up buying a platinum.
Oh, really? So you're going to do the whole Meet Barry thing again, are you?
Yeah.
Is that still the same price?
Well, because of our fundraising that we're doing, Rachel's going to be giving him the cheque this time.
Lovely.
For our fundraising. So I thought, well, I can have a platinum just for me, where I can just gaze into his baby blues, hold his hand, and just go all jelly-kneed and drooling.
Oh. I expect there'll be a little damp spot on the seat after you finish talking to him, won't there, my darling?
It'd be a flood.
Oh, I feel quite ill now, Anne.
No, I'm very level-headed when I speak to him, actually. I've met him a couple of times now. And
Good.
we do have a chat and a laugh. I've got some lovely photos of us just laughing together.
How many times have you actually met him? Is it just once or a couple of times?
I've met him in 2 platinums and about 5 or 6 record signings.
Lovely. And that's since when? What year did that start?
I started following Barry in 1978.
Fabulous.
I was 11 years old.
Oh, we've got a message here, Anne.
All right.
I hope, and feel free to reply to it as you see fit. Oh no, this is from Mick Davenport. Oh no, not Manilow. I'll leave it to you, Anne.
Does he want to die young?
Yeah. Do you want to die young? Very good, darling. Absolutely. Actually, I think I've got a label here with his address on it, which I'll send to you a little bit later on, my love.
Okay, yes, and I'll educate him in Manilow.
What a pleasure to hear your voice. You staying with us tonight, Anne?
I am indeed.
All right, my love. Good luck to you, darling.
All right, you take care. Much
Bye-bye,
love.
Anne. There we
All
are.
right,
Anne,
bye-bye.
Anne Taplin there in Woking. Not too far from here at all, Woking. That's just about half an hour's drive from here. That's all. It's all right there. They've got a lovely Waitrose there. Waitrose in Woking. 02081443477 is my phone number. So this job that I've seen, this volunteers job, which has appeared in the Sun today, and it says, the Sun urges our fantastic readers to join a Jabs army. I quite like the way they did that. You remember Dad's Army, of course. One of the greatest comedy programmes of all time. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? Yes, that one. You remember that, don't you? Well, the Sun is urging our fantastic readers today to join a Jabs army of volunteers to help millions of British people vaccinated rapidly against the ghastly COVID that we do hope to see the back of next year in just under 50 minutes' time now. It'll be 2021. And it gone quick. Don't you think? Do you remember back in March when they said, we're going to be locked down? And oh my God, well, how long will it be? 6 weeks? 7 weeks? Oh, that seems such a long time. And then it went on further, didn't it? And it carried on longer, and it's still carrying on even longer. It just goes on and on. Anyway, I'll come to that job in a moment. Let's just take another call on the Isle of Wight. Vectis is with us. Good evening, Vectis.
Welcome from Tier 4. Oh, no.
Is that part of the sovereign nation known as the United Kingdom speaking to me now?
It certainly is, yeah.
Hello, Vectis. How are you?
I feel strongly patriotic tonight.
Are you? I think, and we haven't heard this before, I think you should sing us a little rendition of either Rule Britannia or Land of Hope and Glory, or even God Save the Queen. Go.
What, me?
Yes, now.
Right, okay. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules away. Britain never, never, never shall be slain. Will that do?
Well, thank God for that. What a marvellous rendition of that. You see, being a musical person as I am, when someone sings to me a cappella, in my head an orchestra plays as well. And I must say, the orchestra sounded fantastic.
Well, how rude.
How's life on the bins at the moment? You've, I noticed on your Facebook, you posted some absolutely marvellous photographs of the frost and all that, and the beautiful view that you can see out of your office window in the mornings.
Yes, it's very cold actually. Quite surprisingly for the island, we're normally quite mild, but
right.
Most mornings this week the cold's been frosted up. But yes, it's all right. I say we're all a bit sad that the island's gone into Tier 4. It was a bit like watching a fruit machine sort of like spin round. We went from Tier 1 to Tier 3 and then to Tier 4. So I had a quick drive about tonight because I went out for to get a bit of food and what have you. And it is for New Year's Eve everywhere, obviously, and it's good that it is, but eerily quiet, spookily quiet.
Yes.
Like a bomb drop.
Yes,
all the seafucks that the pubs are normally open at, all the town centres, it's spookily quiet. But still, that's the idea of it, isn't it? So it's good that it is in a way.
I found that when I went out tonight. Do you know what? Why is my microphone in view tonight? That's not usually in view, is it? There we go. That's out of the way now. Yeah, I found that tonight when I went out for a late night walk. There was hardly anyone around. I went out this morning, as I usually do in the morning, for a morning walk as well. That was about 11:15 this morning. And I went over the forest. And I have to say, it was really busy. It was busy with... and it's a very big forest. So you can even... It's like an area of it that becomes busy with those... not motorbikes, what are they called? Mountain bikes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You get a lot of mountain bikes out of there, adults and children as well, and they're okay. You know, the only thing is, you know, if like me, you got your headphones on, so you really need to look behind you before you cross over a path. If you see what I mean. Yeah. If you're walking one way, and they're wide paths, plenty of room, but you know, don't sort of veer to the right without looking behind you first, because of course you can't hear the cyclists coming.
Yeah, you've got to be careful what comes out of those big bushes.
Well, nothing comes out of those bushes, I'm afraid. I've been walking around there for months now. Not once has anyone attacked me over there. It's very disappointing. Obviously, it's the wrong place.
There's always hope, isn't there?
Eh?
I said there's always hope.
There is always hope. Have you got anything you've called in about tonight, or just a little chit-chat? Am I leading, or am I waiting for you to say something?
No, I heard you chat just before I picked up the phone that you were talking about the Dad's Army.
Yeah.
And I just wondered what your opinion was. Of course, it's not you now, but the newest film that they done of it. Did you go and watch it? I presume you did.
Yes, I did. Has it been on the telly? I don't.
Yes, it was on telly just before Christmas.
It has been on the telly as well. Yes, I went to see it at the cinema.
What would you give it out of 10 compared to the original TV series?
Okay. To compare it to the TV series is wrong. You can't. It doesn't compare to the TV series at all. The two, if you disconnect the two, as a comedy film on its own, I thought it was okay. It was okay. But to actually connect it to the TV series, so you look at it as part of the TV series, no, doesn't work. Doesn't work. That's what I personally thought of that. As a film standing on its own, would I go and see it again? Yeah, probably. I'd watch it on the telly again, but not. It doesn't compare to the TV series. It can't. It can't really. What do you think?
I think just taking a slightly different view on it. I think trying to compare the two, and I do appreciate what you say. I'd still give it a good 8 out of 10, I think. I think it still had a very strong cast in it. Of course, Ian Lavender was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he had a cameo part. And, of course, the vicar, the original vicar, was in the new film as well.
Well, they're the only two that are still alive, aren't they?
Yeah. I thought it was really well done. I mean, when you compare it to something like the original Italian Job, the film,
yes,
and the remake of it, I thought the remake was pretty dire. But then the original one, that just said, again, a bit like that. It just had a stellar cast, didn't it?
I don't think I've seen the remake of the Italian Job. That was the one with Michael Caine.
It's all right. It's all right, but very, very sort of tame. I think when you do a remake of something, you've got to give, a bit to the old one, but you've got to make it sufficiently different as well. I think that's what the Dad's Army film does.
Yes.
Because you saw a lot more. You saw Mrs. Mannering, didn't you, in the new film?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas, of course, it was a running joke in the TV series that you never saw her. You heard of her, and you saw her big bum once on that bunk bed.
When old Wilson would say, "Is Mrs. Mannering coming?" and old Captain Mannering, I don't think. I think she's very busy tonight. I don't think she'll be coming. It was always a little bit like that, wasn't it? Hilarious. Yeah. I think My favourite Dad's Army episode, I think, was probably the one with when his brother turned up. Of course, played by him. You remember his brother, and he was always drunk, wasn't he?
That's been on recently on Auld, I think.
Yeah. But they were great.
Yeah, they're all very good. Yeah, it's. I think you were talking a few shows back, weren't you? I think someone from America was asking what British comedy to watch, and there's quite a few of those then, didn't it?
Yeah. Now, who was that? I think it was Chris Lotz. Lotz. Right. Yeah, he was asking which. I don't know what he watched in the end. Perhaps he'd come back to us. I think I don't think he's usually with us live. He watches like a recording of the show at some other time. So it'd be interesting to find out whether or not he did watch any of the stuff that we suggested to him just before Christmas there. Do your children like Dad's Army, or is it sort of beyond them?
Yeah, not in the same way. Not in the same way as I do. Callum was really, really into Only Fools and Horses. He could literally, if he doesn't see the title, because when it comes on, it'll always be, I don't know, Rodney's Big Day or something. Each episode has a title. He can tell you exactly what the title is, exactly what the episode is, and more or less recite the whole script.
Oh, he's in it like that, is he? Blimey. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I remember he was a lot younger. With some of his Christmas money, he bought a box set of Only Fools and Horses.
Right, okay.
So, because of course they had all the classic things, didn't they? Bellboy falling through the hatch in the bar. And of course the chandelier thing. There's so many things, so many great moments from that series, isn't there?
Yeah, my father was a big fan of that programme. He used to love it, Only Fools and Horses. Oh yeah, that was always on.
Yeah, and looking at sort of TV, sort of like this Christmas, there's just been nothing on at all. The best thing I think I've watched was funny enough, that was a remake, the Channel 5 remake of All Creatures Great and Small. I think that's very good. I think
Lord! I haven't seen it. Oh, my God. Well, thank you very much. Hang on a minute. Let me write that down. All Creatures...
Yeah, you can look on the Channel 5 player. You can definitely get the Christmas episodes and quite a few of the others, I think.
And Small.
And that's really well done.
I totally agree. I saw the series, which was back in August, September.
That's right.
And I remember them saying there was going to... Why? Isn't that funny? I completely forgotten about that. I didn't really see that advertised anywhere. But yes, you're quite right. They remade All Creatures Great and Small. Do you know the BBC turned that down?
Yeah, seemingly so. I think I spoke about that on my radio show that, of course, is on between 1 and 4 on Sundays on Vectis Radio, available online as well, and on Hospedia on Channel 5.
Perhaps
have I mentioned that before?
Perhaps you could send us a little poster for that as well, and I could shove that up on the screen when you start going on like that, dear.
I wonder where you said you were going to shove it then.
I'm so glad that you've mentioned that. In fact, probably after the show tonight, I'll go and watch that because I won't be able to sleep straight after doing this Christmas special. So that'll be on 5 Play or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I did see the original series. What I was a little bit disappointed was that they only used the original music once at the end of the first episode, and then they kind of used their own music, which was very, very similar, but it wasn't. Da, 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 da. You may have heard me using that as a little bed during my worldwide famous radio show every morning.
Oh yes, I have it. I have indeed.
Yes, so got that.
I remember the original series. They must have made loads of episodes of that, haven't they? But I think that was one of the last books that I've ever read cover to cover. Actually, All Creatures Great and Small. And when it originally came out, I was so taken with the series, I actually read the book. So it's amazing for me to read the book.
Is there going to be a series 2? Do we know? Right, hang on a minute. I'm looking it up now. Because of course I have direct connections to the BBC here, you know. Direct connections. I'm going to ask.
That would do you a lot of good because on Channel 5.
It doesn't matter. They know all, dear. They know all. Hang on a minute. Christmas specials. Yes, 9 o'clock, Channel 5. Here we go. Oh, no, hang on a minute. Series
I would
2
imagine
special.
she's got
Hey,
loads
here
of
we go. Here we
material
go.
there.
Here we go. All Creatures has now been renewed for a second series. It will consist
good.
of 6 episodes and a Christmas special, and will be filmed next year. There you go.
Ah, good.
How fantastic is that? A new series of that.
Yeah, because I always liked James Herriot's wife, Helen. She was
Yeah.
just the sort of woman you want. Pretty looking girl, really good at home, really good at cooking, you know, so not coming across as being chauvinist at all. Oh, no.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you've told me about that. Yeah, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you
Go
a
on, then.
question here, right? Because I haven't done any of my list of stuff to do yet. We've just been chatting away. I've got a whole list of stuff to do here. And that is there anything you want to do? It doesn't have to be a New Year's Eve, New Year's resolution, but similar. Is there anything you want to do in 2021? Or your daughter or your son?
I haven't really. Oh dear, I haven't really thought. Really,
Fair enough.
Perhaps. I don't know. Not a very responsible thing to do. But I'll wait until. So perhaps to go abroad. I haven't been abroad for a long time.
Okay.
Um,
Where would you
so
go?
perhaps have a holiday abroad, and perhaps create more realistically. Perhaps create a bit more of a home studio at home for me radio stuff, because it's very basic at the moment, and I could do with sorting that out. So yeah,
Sorry,
that's,
do you do your show at home now?
No.
What do you mean
the,
by
the only way I do my show at home when the lockdown was really bad
right?
was I literally done it with an iPhone. I've got a program on my iPhone that I can actually record the links.
Oh, okay.
And in that same app, that app will get to the running order in the studio, and I can actually send it straight to the computer in the studio.
Okay.
But obviously the sound quality, it's not bad because it's an iPhone, but it's obviously sort of recorded and not sort of like live, you know. But you need you need a lot more technology to run something live from home. I guess there's a radio you do. I guess you're running off the radio station software.
Yeah, they give us play out software when I'm doing the radio show, but I don't need it. I could use something else. You can use something that's not bespoke. Yeah, you could use anything to play. You could be using a Windows Media Player if you wanted. Play out your songs on that. Is that what you want to do eventually? Then start being able to do it from home. Do other people on that radio station you're on do their shows from home, or do they all come into the place on the Isle of Wight?
Some of them record it in different variations of what I do.
Right.
Our technical guy does do his show live from home.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously more au fait with all the technicalities. But
yes.
No, the majority of people either do it live, or perhaps they record it and send it in. But I'm not a great lover of recorded radio. So
neither
if
am
I can pull myself into the studio, I prefer to do it live. Really.
Neither am I. You absolutely lose a spark when you do a recorded show, whether that's doing a video show like this or in particular a radio show. That whole voice tracking thing has never ever appealed to me. If I was doing, let me just explain to people, voice tracking, right? Voice tracking. Most of the radio you listen to, certainly at night time, is voice tracked. That means some person has gone into a studio and recorded the bits of talking in between the records, okay? And that's all they've done. They haven't sat there with you and listened to the music. And in my mind, you can't get into it if you're doing that. Then it becomes a job. It just becomes a job and not an interest. And I think I really think you lose something by doing that.
Yeah, because of course what you're doing, what we're doing now, you can't possibly do if it's voice tracked, because you can't, because you can always tell the voice track shows, because it's always, if you want to get in touch, email me, and if you want a request, I'll play it next week. And
absolutely.
Obviously they will, because if you sent them an email at that time, it'd be going to no one.
It doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. One other question for you: do you have a positive highlight or highlights this year that we've just had?
Positive. That's tricky. I guess it sounds a bit soppy, but I guess both my kids' birthday, even though Shania's 24 now and Callum's 20, always try and go out of their way while they're still at home to make the day special. And I get quite a thrill out of that. Off the top of my head, that's about it. It's been a bit of a grim year, really. Yeah. I had ever such a slight touch, as you know, brush with skin cancer. It was a bit scary, which thankfully all sorted itself out, which is the main thing. There's a lot of people out there who aren't quite so lucky. So what with that in COVID, really, it's a bit hard to draw highlights. But yeah, just general sort of like family stuff. You know, that's what you do as a parent.
The bit that they cut off, do they give that to you to keep in a jar of formaldehyde or something like that, dear?
No, because I had to send it off. So I think they only paid the postage one way. I think it didn't come back.
They didn't send it back. How rude!
I know.
A pleasure to hear your voice, Vectis.
And it is, and I can't wait. I'm pent up with emotion, Chris.
Why is that?
See who your guest is at 2
it's very, very exciting.
I just can't guess.
Very.
It's not the man himself, is it, Barry Manilow?
I'm not. Horses wouldn't drag it from you. The only way I will tell someone privately is for a £500 PayPal payment or a super chat. If anyone wants to send me £500 on the PayPal, there's my PayPal. It's all prepared on a button here, dear. Just in case you can't get a super chat, you want to send a tip, send it there.
I'm sure someone will.
You never know. Thank you, Vectis.
But I wait with bated breath. Happy New Year to you, Chris.
Happy New Year to you, Vectis. And welcome to our sovereign country. Cheerio. Vectis Humphrey there on the Isle of Wight. He's a lovely chap, he is. He's such a dedicated father. He's a really nice bloke. Can we do this job now? There's a job available, boys and girls. A job in the Sun. The Sun urges our fantastic readers to join a Jabs army of volunteers to help millions of British people vaccinated rapidly against this ghastly COVID. So many of us long to play a more active role in beating this terrible disease, it says in the Sun. Now, on this first day of a new year, which is coming up in 28 minutes' time, and a new era for Britain, we can. And it goes on. Through this major Sun campaign, backed by the National Health Service and the government, you can join 50,000 volunteers in a crucial job helping to run pop-up medical centres. Because they want to get these injections in people as quickly as possible. I don't want to go down the whole conversation this is all done to control us and there's stuff in there that's going to kill it. I don't want to start talking about that. I just read you the story. They've got pop-up medical centres designed to immunise 15 million people by March. I mean, that is something else, isn't it? 15 million people. It's a vast logistical challenge which needs you as a steward volunteer to keep it running smoothly and safely. This will be the year we conquer COVID. The Sun's Jabs army can play a key part. Stars and health chiefs last night backed our call for Sun readers to join. So if you're interested in something like that, have a look. It's online now. Have a look at today's Sun. It tells you all about it. Basically, you sign up by going to nhsvolunteerresponders.org.uk. You won't remember that, so probably the best thing to do is type in the Sun Jabs Army. Okay, type in the Sun Jabs Army and it should come up with the story there. Once again, that website you want is nhsvolunteerresponders.org.uk. You'll then receive an email with login details to sign up. Finally, you'll be asked to download the Good Sam app on a smartphone, which will match you to a role in your area. Now, it doesn't say exactly what the jobs are. I very much doubt you'll actually if you think you're about to be able to go shoving needles in people's arms, I'm not quite sure that you'll be able to do that. But certainly it's not the only thing that needs to be done, is it? You know, things need to be wheeled around. Things need to be moved from A to B. Floors need to be swept. Things need to be cleaned. There's many, many jobs there if you're interested in doing something like that to help out. All right, my darlings. Hello to Glenda in Pittsburgh, USA. Good evening, Glenda. Welcome to our show, Glenda. We're 2021 in just over 25 minutes' time now. And Glenda writes in the USA, Happy New Year, Mr. England. Sending you and my UK friends lots of love, prosperity and blessings in 2021. So thanks very much for that. All right, Glenda, my darling. And we got another phone call. It's Daniel Woodhouse. Good evening, Daniel.
Hey!
Oh, Lord. Are you drunk, dear?
Hey, I am.
Well, it sounds it. I don't know if we can have
I'm
drunk...
having the time of my life.
Are you really? Why, have you given up doing the bingo then?
It's really good here, Chris. I've got you here on Skype. I've got Penny L on Facebook call.
Who?
Penny L. She's my sort of adopted sister.
Oh, okay. I beg your pardon. Sorry, I wondered what that was. Some sort of other show or something.
Yeah, and we're having a really lovely time.
Will you please, can you do me a favour and please have that blooming smoke alarm fixed? That's been going beep now for months.
Oh, is it still?
Yes, it is still doing. How can you not notice that? Every time you call in, your smart Malone alarm is screaming at me to have a new battery put in.
I've even covered it with yesterday's copy of The Sun, and you can still hear it. Oh, I thought I'd cured that.
No.
Anyway, look, I've got me New Year's platter.
Oh yeah, what you got to eat?
Well, I've got a chicken Kiev. There's a cheese. There's some sausage.
Sausages, yeah.
and some cheese.
Right.
There's a chicken croutons. And a cheese.
Why are you eating all these dead animals? Can't you have a nice carrot or a little bowl of peas? Perhaps some cheese and onion crisps?
That's normally a side dish down my wind.
Oh, is it? Oh, Christ.
Yeah. We take carrots and...
Do you really? I've never taken a carrot. Either end.
They've cut into julienne.
Who?
Julienne of carrots.
Isn't that the person you're talking to on the other line? Julienne, didn't you say?
No, that's Penny L.
Oh, Penny L, sorry, not Julienne.
Penny
L, is it?
Penny L of Plaistow.
Oh, okay, darling. Plaistow, is she in East London, is she?
Yes.
Oh, does she know the Mile End Road? She probably knows Mile End Road.
Oh, yeah, we've been driven down there many times.
Yeah, I used to DJ at a club there called the Black Horse. Tell her.
Oh, Penny, do you know... Penny, do you know... Oh, bar, she says. She knows it.
Yeah, that was the one. Tell us.
This is good, isn't it? You are actually live on... Yeah, you see, Penny, you're live actually on the Chris Reardon show.
Isn't that exciting? Probably the highlight of your life. I wish it was mine as well. But listen, what was your highlight of this year? Do you have a highlight at all? Something you really
Highlight
enjoyed?
of the year?
Yes.
I think it was just... When lockdown was announced, I mean, I hadn't really got off the year to a very good start.
No.
You know, I'd been feeling uneasy and all that sort of thing. And then when lockdown started, I thought, yay! This is going to be a chance for me to, for some reflection.
Right, what, you bought a new mirror or something, have you? Or?
Well, sort of, because I
Is that
actually
wise?
found one
With that
behind
face?
these pieces of wardrobe that my mum had bought. She actually got this wardrobe on special offer, and we haven't actually found anyone to put it together yet.
You haven't put it together yet? Was it a flat pack?
Yes.
Oh, I can't bear it. Oh, I can't stand a flat pack, dear. No, I have to... that's why I'll only buy a wardrobe from John Lewis, because it comes and it's fixed. They put it up, put it in the corner, it's ready to fill up with clothes. I've got lovely wardrobes, or about 10 years ago now, actually. Beautiful pieces of wood. None of that blooming pieces of plastic with the compressed... What is it called? What's that stuff? Little compressed bits of wood. What is that called?
Compressed wood?
Oh, they take sawdust, mix it with glue and make planks out of it. What's that called? Sawdust board?
Oh, is it MDF?
No, not MDF.
Fibreboard?
No.
No.
It's like sawdust, and they've compressed it, and they make planks of... Chipboard. Chipboard.
Oh, that.
I haven't got. It's not like chipboard with two pieces of plastic either side. It's proper wood. My wardrobe's from John Lewis. I'll have you know. Cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Is that what you've got?
Well, I think
No.
it's. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just looks like wood to me.
Yeah.
As long as it's wood, then I'm all
How long
right.
have these items been sitting there waiting to be put together?
Oh, about 2 or 3 years at least. We just can't find the right man for the job these days.
So what is it? Just a wardrobe, like 4 planks of wood, what make a box and a back?
Yeah, and some shelving pieces.
Have you had a go?
And you get a free mirror with it as well.
A
That was
free
I
what?
found behind the playing.
And that's been sitting there now for 2-3 years waiting to be put together.
Yeah, and it just.
Is it
No,
that you're
it was
busy
my mum.
out-
She panic bought it. That's what she did. She saw it on special. She said, "Oh, I better get in that wardrobe. I better get in that wardrobe." And I said, "Mum, just hang on, because I was going to put it together."
Have you been too busy to put it together? What have you been doing with yourself?
Well, I'm just not. The thing is, woodwork ain't my is not quite my forte.
No. What is
You
your
know.
forte? Is there anything that you do in your life at all? Or?
Oh, there's plenty. Well, apart from the bingo, of course. I mean, I was a photographer at one time,
Oh, right.
But back in the day, I mean, I photographed. Well, you've seen them. You knew the photos of the underground that I had. One day you'll get to see that photo of the Queen.
Oh, yes.
Just
Did
as
you meet
soon
her
as
once
once
then?
I get it scanned by.
Or was she
get the
handing out
negative
money to
scan-
the poor or something? When did you meet her?
March 2003.
What was it? Peter's Pence or something?
Who?
Peter's Pence.
No, I don't know him.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It's something that the Queen does once a year.
she was coming to the Queen's Theatre in Alnchurch, you see.
Right.
And I had taken the liberty of getting there, of actually being the first person to get there.
Right.
2 hours ahead of time, get the front position.
That's very, very good idea. I've got to commend you on that one,
I
darling.
get there in the front, you see, and I get this photo of her coming out the car with Phil behind, and all these press photographers.
Phil who?
Duke, the dukedom.
You mean Prince Philip?
Yeah,
Well, that's his name. Prince Philip, not Phil.
yeah.
You think you got the right to call him Phil, dear? No.
Yeah, well, I met
You're
him.
a
I said, "Right,
peasant.
Phil, mate."
You
Yeah,
are a
right,
peasant. You got no right to call him Phil. Peasant. Carry on.
And so I get the photo of her coming out the car, and there's all these press photographers right at the back, far away from so far away. And I thought, they're just going to get the back of her. It's not being much of a decent photo, is it? Right at the back. Perhaps it's because they just wanted to get the one of actually standing on the stairs getting the flowers. But me, of course, I was always the candid photographer.
Yes.
Taking the photo when you don't know I've just taken it.
Do you do models? Do you take pictures of models like I mean I don't know who the models are. People like Naomi
No, I was
Campbell
never
and-
really into posy shots.
No.
I was more of I was more candid, wanted things just like as they were, as I saw them straight away,
Yeah.
But it's still a nice night. Shame I can't be at Mum's.
Never mind, darling.
I did ask her.
Maybe next year. Is there anything you're looking forward to next year at all?
Well, there's a couple of things I suppose I've got to look forward to. One is I've got to get a girlfriend.
Yeah. Do you think that's going to happen next year? Do you?
Well, I mean, the way things are at the moment, it's even worse, isn't it?
Is it?
I mean, all the trouble I had before, you couldn't chat a woman up because they're always on a mobile phone all the time.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. They're on the
Yeah.
Tinder, you see. They're on your Tinder.
Oh, God, not that.
Looking for more blokes. This is the
I
trouble.
always thought Tinder was something you did with a soldering iron.
No, well, that's tinning. That's tinning,
Is it?
dear. Tinning, yes.
Tinning,
Tinder. Yeah, they're always on the
tin's
Tinder.
spots.
Even when I was like DJing in a place called Belush's, there'd be boys and girls in there, and the boyfriend would go to the toilet. They're straight on the mobile phone as soon as they're in the toilet looking for another bloke. Shocking state of affairs, dear.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, innit? I mean, people do seem to be more in love with phones than they are real people.
Yeah, but maybe one will meet you and they will fall in love with you more than the phone. That might happen.
Well, that's what I hope.
I mean, it's unlikely,
I do know
but it
one
might happen,
girl that
mightn't
we've
it?
got the. I was talking to Faye on the. She's on the brewery flower store here in Romford.
Yeah. I've got a message for you, actually. I've got a message from George Bond for you.
From George?
Because George, for Christmas, got a drill. And he has just offered to, he says, Danny should call me, I have a drill. So he might be able to come and put your cheap wardrobe together. That's not from John Lewis. You know, the MDF one.
Well, does he fancy forking out the train fare to come down here to...
well, I don't know. I mean, do you live close? Where are you again? You're in Romford. Where's George?
You better ask me, Mum, because she's got her man Jeff. You see, he's... Oh, actually, who is it? His son Neil? I don't know.
Who's got a man called Jeff?
One or the other.
Who's this? Who's Jeff?
Oh, that's my mum's partner.
Oh, it's all going on there, isn't it? The revolving doors of Daniel Woodhouse house.
Yeah. I would have been round there tonight, of course, but...
you would have been where? Around your mum's?
Yeah, well, she, you know, the way she is, she's just said, no, I've got to be safe now, Daniel.
Yeah. Perhaps she just didn't want to see you.
Sorry?
No, nothing. Oh,
yeah,
so I think you should...
It's nice going round there, because, you know, I sit there, noshing, having all my nosh, and she goes, Daniel, don't you treat this house like a hotel. Don't you treat this house like a hotel.
Oh, nosh.
Don't forget
to
leave the key at
eating.
reception.
Is that what she says? You
treat 7 till 9.
Well, perhaps you shouldn't treat the house like a hotel, just turning up when you want. When's the last time you took her a plant or some flowers or chocolates?
No, that was on the Mother's Day this year, actually.
What, back in March? Is that all she's had out of you this year? You tight-fisted bastard.
Well, and a few bits and others and all.
You go and get her some blooming chocolates tomorrow morning. They'll be on special now as well, because it's out of Christmas. You'll get 50% off the chocolates.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You make sure you do that tomorrow, dear. So there's nothing you're looking forward to. We've got George, I think, has offered to come round and fix your wardrobe for you. And if he does, I'd love a video of you doing that, if possible.
Yes. Well, if he can make it all the way down here to Romford.
I don't know where George is, actually. I can't think where he is.
Well, he's around, he's in that bit of... that bit that's so far north of London called Northampton, or
is he in Northampton? I'm not quite sure where George is.
Yeah,
Glenda.
One of those places where you don't know what bloody ITV region they're in.
Oh, is it? I know all the ITV regions, as you well know. Glenda.
Is that Anglia up there? Is it?
Well, it depends. I don't know where he is. You tell me where he is, and I'll tell you what region
Northampton. Is that Anglia?
Northampton. I think you find that Central or Yorkshire, one of those two.
Maybe
Granada. Glenda says, Danny can date my mum. There you go. She's in the USA, though. Is that too far?
Yeah.
Well, get a job and start saving up some money for a plane fare, dear. I mean, obviously you won't want to be flying business class like I do, but I'm sure you can find a little cheap seat at the back on a Ryanair flight somewhere, dear. You'll be all right there. And for Christ's sake, cut your hair before you meet her.
You know, they're a bit more easier to get at.
Eh?
I need a London girl. They're a bit more easier to get at. Yeah.
Get at? What do you mean, dear? Get
nearest.
At? Rude.
And I suppose I better do the New Year's Eve poem, ain't I?
Oh, is there a poem?
Yeah, because at times like this, Chris, you know, when we're all together, all enjoying ourselves, I just feel a bit
poetry. Anything, not poetry, please. That's almost as bad as hearing Vectis sing earlier. Are you really going to do poetry now?
Oh, it's only about 10 lines.
10 lines?
That long.
Can you not shorten it a bit? Just sort of a line?
I mean, it's 10 half lines. So
can we do a line? Lines. Sorry, Mark, don't nick me for that. But
it goes along the lines of, we have cracked the midnight glass and lose the racketing star-crazed night into the room. The blind harp sings in the late firelight, and your hand is decked with white promises. What wine is this? There are squirrels chasing in my glass. Good God, I'm pissed. So I think that should get me
Is that it?
Yes, that's all there is to it. Yes,
It doesn't rhyme.
I never do the long ones.
But it doesn't rhyme anywhere.
Oh, it doesn't have to. It's just.
Doesn't it?
It's just summing up the mood of the occasion, really.
A poem that doesn't rhyme?
No, they don't all have to. So we were told at school.
Is that right?
Yeah, they don't all. They can be any in any sort of like form at all. Really. I don't even know. Actually, that might not even what you'd be like called poem. It might be.
No, I didn't think it was a poem myself.
Well, there are the forms of poetry.
Are there? Oh, please don't
Stanzas,
read anymore. Don't read anymore, for Christ's sake.
Or vignettes.
What?
That sort of thing. Stanzas or vignettes.
Vignettes?
So, yeah, I think that's another style of poetry.
What the
I don't
hell's
exactly
that?
know what it is, but I've heard of it.
I think you're making this up as you go along, Daniel.
Well, it's just things that I hear, things I pick up, you know. 'Cause I've got very good ears, you know.
Yeah.
People often call me an absolute ignorant git who don't listen, but secretly my ears pick up a lot of things. It's called earwigging down here in Romford.
Oh, I don't like earwigs. Horrible things with those things on the end of their heads.
Yeah.
Oh, they
but
frighten me.
Here, by the way,
Yes.
you know we've been having bets on who your special guest is going to be in 5 minutes or
Oh,
so.
right, yeah, go on.
Well, apparently, Gary the cat is coming at 4-1.
Gary who?
Gary the cat.
Gary the cat, yeah.
Is at 4-1. Tom Edwards is at 5-1.
Right.
And Gemma Collins is way off at 17-1.
There's
then
no
she always
room.
would have big
There's
odds,
no
wouldn't
room in here for Gemma Collins. Let alone her weight or her ego either. There's no room in here. There's no room in Bracknell for Gemma Collins. I'm telling you that now. Christ almighty. Where would we put her?
Yeah, you'd have to put
Anyway.
her outside and talk through the window.
In less than 10 minutes' time, you will find out who our special guest is, Daniel. Daniel, a pleasure to talk to you this evening, sir.
It certainly has been.
Your calls are always of great amusement, if not worry.
Well, that's the thing. It's the suspense, isn't it?
I'm not quite sure which. You have a good evening. Thank you, Daniel.
Yes.
Cheerio. Enjoy
Thank
your
you
drink.
very much, Chris.
Bye-bye now.
Okay.
It's so drunk. Oh, 02081443477. If you ring in, do not read poems to me, please. Poetry, dear. Didn't do that at school. Didn't like that at school. It bores me, poetry. I'm sorry, it really does. Let me just check my emails, just in case anyone's sending in emails. And no, they're not. That's good. Hello to Wendy this evening. Good evening to Wendy. Hello, Wendy. Wendy says, I love the jacket. Sending your fans big hugs and lots of love in the new year. Thank you, Wendy. Ray Reynolds bought me this some time ago. Thank you very much, Wendy. Let's take a call. Ray's on the line from
Good evening.
London,
Happy New Year
Morrison's.
to my darling.
Hello, Ray. How are you?
Yes, I'm on here. And, I just popped into to see Nigel on the way home. I'm not actually here because we're breaking the rules. I don't want to break the rules.
Right.
But I'm on the balcony, just popped in to have a glass of wine with him.
You're on a balcony?
Not exactly. I'm in Nigel's flat, just having a glass of wine.
What, on a balcony?
On the way
And where is that then?
Camden.
Oh, Camden Town, are you? Is this Nigel, the one who does something very important to do with? Must be very careful what I say here. With people that have been naughty.
Kind of. I always been a very naughty boy.
Have I got the right Nigel?
He's telling me off.
Oh, I know. Was he on television the other night? Did I see him on television the other night?
Yeah, I only heard about that today. He was on telly.
Ah, yeah, I thought it was him. Yeah. Hello, Nigel. Nice to see you. Hello, Ray.
He's looking gorgeous as ever.
Probably not as gorgeous as me, but I expect he's not far from it, my darling.
How you been? Thank you for playing my records the other day.
That's all right. Now, what was it? Was it Tragedy?
No, you played that other morning. I saw a mouse. First for Alice and everyone at the Black Cat.
I saw it on my radio show in the morning, yeah. I saw a mouse where there on the stair. Sing it for us. Go on, sing it.
Did you know there's about 100 versions of that song?
Is there really? Oh, well, I believe that's the original version, by Ronnie Hilton. Ronnie Hilton,
David
isn't it?
Bowie. David Bowie done a version as well.
David Bowie? Well, I never knew that.
I found it on YouTube the other week, and I saw it in Benidorm as well.
Right. What, when you went on holiday to Benidorm? Have you been there, have you?
No, I would love to go there one year. When my legs are good, I'll go there. Yeah, you're flicking through watching all clips of Benidorm.
What's wrong with your legs?
You know, my legs have never been good, as you know.
Is this to do with your weight?
Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight, but I just need someone to come and look after me, help me do some weight training.
And how is the weight loss going? You got diabetes, have you?
Because I've got to get back on it after Christmas. I had so much lovely food. All my next door neighbours put me food in.
Right. What have you had? Loads of chocolate and all that?
Yeah. You know, customers put me boxes of chocolates in.
Have you got the diabetes, have you, Ray?
No, I'm clear. I've been tested, right? It came up negative.
Okay, so it's just your weight, really. Listen, if you lose weight, I'm sure your legs will get better.
Yeah, maybe you can come and look after me.
I haven't got time to look after anyone, dear. It's bad enough trying to look after myself. God's sake, man.
You look perfect.
You must try. You must just cut out the bread and the cakes and the sweets and the crisps.
Yeah.
Please try.
Maybe I'll go vegetarian like you.
Can you make me a promise to do that?
I will. Because I need to be back on that stage at Central Station dancing.
Yes,
that's why I'm not losing any weight.
Yes, you do. Well, they've changed the way they do they'll be doing the karaoke downstairs in the basement, and it may well be someone else doing it now because they wanted to go back and do it at some point, and doing in between the two lockdowns, and I was unhappy about doing it, so they offered it to someone else who took the job. So it might not be me, but whatever it is, I shall always like Central Station because it's a fab place.
I mean, that basement, that basement is not very clean downstairs.
Oh, it's all been done out. It's all been painted. They've got drapes hanging up and everything. It's beautiful.
What about the dark room?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Thank you for calling, Ray.
Thanks. Did you say that?
Cheerio. Bye-bye to you and Nigel this evening. There we are. You and Nigel watching there. Well, gang, it's almost time. It's just coming up to midnight. We've just got to close the phone lines for a little while now, boys and girls, because it is now almost 2021. I'm sure a lot of you will be very pleased to see the back of 2020. I think I will. I had a really big highlight back in January this year. Perhaps I'll tell you about that as the first thing we talk about in 2021. But right now, you are about to find out who is our very special guest tonight. Happy New Year, everyone. Here we are, 2021. Happy New Year, gang. I always get quite weepy whenever I hear that Auld Lang Syne. But thank you very, very, very much to our special guest, the star of tonight, Shania, for playing us in to 2021. I had that idea yesterday afternoon. I had intended to play it on the piano. I thought, I want to involve someone else here. And I immediately thought of Shania, and I sent her a little message yesterday afternoon, I think it was. And I said, can you play Auld Lang Syne on the violin? And she said, yes. What key do you want it in? So I said C, because that's really the only key I can play the piano in the key of C. And she sent it over, and I'd never done that myself before, put something together like that. So she's playing it there and I'm playing it downstairs, and to put it all together, and it worked. Thank you so much, Syne. You've made my night. You made my night. You've made my night by being here tonight, and I absolutely mean that. A big happy 2021 to you. It won't be long now. We've just got to hold our nerve. Just got to hold our nerve for another few months, and I think it'll be all right. Just be very, very careful. Don't be complacent. Don't be complacent. Really don't. I'll read some more of your messages in a moment or two. My biggest highlight of last year, and I was very, very lucky, was having part of this show played out on BBC One in the North. I mean, that really was. The BBC were and still are running this upload thing, where if you are a creator of stuff like this, anything like this, radio, perhaps you paint pictures, write poems like Danny does, you can send it into the BBC. They will look at it and they may use it. And I did that first on the radio, and they used it, and then the TV picked it up and they contacted me, came round, not to here, but to Lincolnshire Caravan, where I've got a little studio there, and they filmed me and they put me on BBC One. So that absolutely was my highlight last year. It's last year now. As you can see from the clock, it's now Friday, January the 1st, 2021. Wow. What a year. What a year. Some of your messages coming through there then. Paul in Amsterdam, raising a glance to you. Happy New Year, Chris, from Paul in Amsterdam. Shania says, it is revealed, so you were all wrong. You were all wrong, weren't you? You were all wrong. No one guessed who it was. Hello to my sister. Hello, Sharon. My sister's there wishing us all a Happy New Year. You want to wish anyone else watching a Happy New Year? Send it over on a text now, 07551 259 675, and I'll shove it up there. Okay? Also, we're going to do a raffle now in the next half an hour. Okay? We are going to raffle off one of the last 2 clocks. This one is the Super Chat one. Okay? Those of you that have sent a couple of Super Chats tonight have got raffle tickets for that. There is also a free raffle tonight. You haven't got to send a Super Chat or anything. Anyone who wants a raffle ticket for this, our very last clock, which I won't be able to post off until next week for obvious reasons now, okay? You can win that tonight. If you want a raffle ticket for that, say now. Ticket, please. Send me a text or an email now asking me for a raffle ticket, and I'll sort that out for you, okay? Mick Davenport says, thanks for keeping us going during these difficult times. Thank you, Mick. Fran Green says, Happy New Year, Chris. Thank you, Fran. Peter Wright is wishing us a Happy New Year. Thank you, Peter. If you want a raffle ticket, send your message in, and all you got to do is say, ticket please. If you've never used the text before, make sure you put your name there, okay? Because I won't have that on the system. So you must put your full name there and ask for a ticket. So Paul in Amsterdam, ticket number 209. Thank you, Paul. Rachel Wheatland, Happy New Year to you, Rachel. Happy New Year. Right, Paul in Amsterdam. Anyone want a raffle ticket? You must send a text in. Ticket, please, okay? Mick Davenport, ticket, please. 210. And I'll do these now as and when they come in, all right, my darlings? Where are we going now? Paul in Amsterdam. Diane Jebb. Actually, you don't need the numbers, all right, because we're going to do it now. We're going to do it tonight. So Paul in Amsterdam. Diane Jebb, 211. Mick Davenport, as I say, I've done him, 210. Sprinter Van, 212. Sprinter Van, 212. Gary Ross, 213. Peter Wright, 214. Beautiful Mark. Oh, where we get Peter Wright? There's Fran Green, 215. Just give me a second to catch up with your darlings. Mark Bowles, 216. Mike in Brighton, 217. Yeah, it's Clock, Mike. Clock. CLOCK, darling. All right, my love. Mike in Brighton, 217. Shania, 218. Did you enjoy Shania's violin playing? Wasn't that fantastic? Thank you, Shania, 218. There's my sister, 219. Maureen, 220. Just pull those across there. 1 second, my darlings. 221 for Kate Doody. Thank you, Kate. Kate Doody. 221. Kate Doody. Where are we going there? Nigel. Thank you, Nigel. Ticket number 222, Nigel. Is that Nigel from Central Station? Oh, Nigel, yeah, Nigel, okay. Nigel, I'll put BBC Nigel, because you was on the telly the other day, then I know you are, okay? Thank you, Nigel. There's my nephew, 223 for Gary. Thank you, Gary. Roy Brownlow, 224. Thank you, Roy. Tony King, 225. Scrolling down there. George Bond, 226. Oops. 226. 226 for Mr. George Bond. Mick, built in Scotland. Thank you, 227 for you, Mick. Mick, Scotland. And Simon Steele, 228. Okay. Anyone else? If I've missed anyone else out here, please speak now, my darlings. If I've missed anyone out at all, please speak now. Okay. There we are. Nigel. There we are. Put all these in here. Like that. Now I'll bring up the bowl in a moment, my darlings. There's Diane, bless her, Gary Ross, little Peter Wright, Fran Green. We're all here, aren't we? What else have we got here? Jenny Sam, 229 for Jenny Sam. Thank you, Jenny. Michael Lawrence, 230. Anyone else for anyone else? Speak now, quickly. Get your tickets now while they're still going. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Please speak now. And we'll do that raffle before the end of the show. Thank you, Jenny. I done yours, didn't I, Jenny? Oh, didn't you take note of the number? Hang on a minute. Where has it gone now? Jenny Sam. That was one of the later ones, wasn't it? Jenny Sam, where are you? I just done. Here it is. 229, Jenny Sam. 229, Jenny Sam. All right. There you're in it. Anyone else for a raffle ticket? Please speak now. And we'll do that before the end of the show there. Now, what else have we got here? What haven't we done yet? Let's have a quick look. So yes, that was my most positive highlight of 2020, getting my show on BBC One. Just for 2 minutes. But my God, you know, to have something like that happen just is fantastic. Very, very lucky to have had that happen. It didn't make any difference for the amount of viewers, but there you go. It's obviously not for me, is it? It's just a bit of fun, that's all. That's what we have anyway. Rachel says the fireworks and drones in London was fantastic, Chris. You'll love it. Make sure you watch it back. I will do. Yeah, is that on the BBC One iPlayer, Rachel? 231 for Jason Hughes. 231 for Jason Hughes. There we go. Jason Hughes, 231. Right. I've done all the raffle tickets from what I can see. If I've missed anyone out, please resend now, okay? And I'll correct that. Let's just delete these ones that are on here so I don't double them up somehow. Okay. And don't go anywhere. We will do these tickets before the raffle, before the end of the show, all right? That's Peter's one. Gosh, there's a lot, isn't there? Yes, here we are. That's done that. Good. Any more raffle tickets? Tony King, I've done you, Tony. Already done you, Tony. Christ, I forgot to look through them all. Are you not listening? Tony King, I've done you. Here it is, here. 225. 225, look. Tony King, 225. Are you not paying attention? We've done Nigel. Have we done Kate? I think these are the same messages coming through again, possibly. Hello to Ray Reynolds. Hello, Ray. Happy New Year from Ray Reynolds. He wants a ticket as well, do you, Ray? Let me give you a raffle ticket, Ray. Ray, the draw will take place before the end of the show tonight, okay, darling? So Ray Reynolds, ticket number 232. Adam the plumber. Hello, Adam. All right, Adam. Adam the plumber, ticket number 233. Adam Plumber. Thank you, Adam. Let's clear those down there. Here we are. That one. That's that one. We've done that one. Done that one. Can you hear we got fireworks going off here now as well? Gosh. All right, another 2 tickets to put in there. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? We'll do it before the end of the show. Okay? I had a little bit of an accident. I'm so disappointed that this happened. You know I don't like to waste things. I'm a bit on not waste, especially food, anything like that. I'm sorry to report to you, I have wasted a whole toilet roll. And it's my own fault. My own fault. I was in the shower just before the show today. I like to be clean before I come and talk to you, dear. You don't want some old tramp sitting here, dear. Doing a show, do you? I like to dress up. Nice jacket, shirt. There's no black vests on this show, I'm telling you now. Black vests, honestly, dear. So I'd having a shower. And the towel was kind of on the basin near the toilet roll, right? The toilet roll is on top of the toilet cistern. I haven't got a little thing there. You know, when I finish, I have to reach round. Well, unfortunately, I opened the shower door and the towel was a little bit far, and I kind of stretched a bit, which you shouldn't do because you can do your back in. I stretched, I grabbed the towel and pulled it. Over went the toilet roll, straight into the toilet. Great disappointment. A wasted toilet. I thought I might be able to dry it out somehow, but no, it's not happening. I left it in the sink. I thought, well, maybe somehow the water will evaporate into the air. Nope. destroyed toilet roll. And in these days, as you well know, toilet rolls are like gold dust in some parts of the country. Do you remember that? Back in March. People buying hundreds and hundreds of toilet rolls. It's mad when you think about it now, isn't it? Absolute madness when you think about it now. Any more raffle tickets? 07551259675. Yes, Michael Lawrence, you got a ticket. Oh, for Christ's sake. You don't see, people don't blooming listen, do they? Yeah, Michael Lawrence, it's on the top here. 2:30. Because you're doing something else, aren't you? Dear me. Jeff, thank you, Jeff Burley. Ticket number 234 for Jeff. Jeff Burley, ticket number 234 for Jeff. Put that in the bowl. Let me just check my emails. Anyone asked my email? Yes, Jackie. Oh, hang on. There's Jeff's work. Michael Pullman. Thank you, Michael. 235 for you, Michael Pullman. Thank you, Michael. 235 for you there, darling. Anyone else asking? Michael, Jeff. Who's this now? Oh, now what's this? It's a card. Looks like a card. Oh, it's from Mari. Ah, it's a music card, so I better not play that. Thank you very much, Mari. I expect Mari's watching the show as well this evening. So good evening to Mari. We've done Michael Pullman now. Is that all the tickets done? Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Nice and quickly, my darlings. Just send us a text there. Ray, I've got your raffle ticket. That's already done, darling. Okay. George has told the people on YouTube to text your number. Yes, just a reminder, gang, if you're just joining the show, if you're in the chat box, that is for you to talk to each other. I don't see the chat box. To talk to me or send me a message, you need to either text up there or you can send an email, okay? And that will come to me. The chat box is you to talk amongst yourselves. I don't see the chat box in front of me. It's off. Okay, the way to contact me on the show is just to send an email there, perhaps chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or use the text up there, 07551 259 675. Steve Murray, thank you, Steve. Ticket number 236 for you, Steve. Ticket number 236, Steve Murray. This is for the raffle tonight. We have 2 clocks. We're giving one away in this raffle. There is a super chat raffle as well. That's the raffle. Every time someone sends us a £1 super chat or a £1 PayPal, whatever you want to do, there's the PayPal, okay? I will give you a free raffle ticket. That's for the other one over there. They are the last 2, and they've actually got on them Lockdown 2020. So there won't be any more of those being made. Once they've gone, that's it. All right. What would you do with a snake's heart? Anything? What would you do with a snake's heart? And I ask this because I saw the most vile thing the other day. Yesterday it was. And it involves Gordon Ramsay. And he went to this restaurant somewhere. And they had this snake. Oh, I beg your pardon, Ray Belesco. I beg your pardon. Ray Belesco wants a ticket, yep. 237 for Ray Belesco. Thank you, Ray. 237 for you, Ray. All right? So you're in the raffle. Anyway. So, I'm not sure where this restaurant was, like Vietnam or somewhere like that. They eat some strange things in those places. Don't they? So, it's gone in this restaurant. And they brought out this snake, cobra or something like that, holding it by its head. Because they bite you, you're dead, aren't you? Is that a cobra? I don't know. And this chef comes along, holding this snake out like this, with a sharp knife. Opens, oh, it's vile. This snake's not dead, it's not dead. He opens this snake up into its belly, rips its heart out, and puts it in this dish. And I kid you not, this thing is beating. You can see this snake's heart beating in this dish, and Gordon Ramsay swallows it. That's what you do with a snake's heart. Isn't that the most vile thing you've ever seen in your life? So I had a quick look around YouTube. I couldn't stomach a lot of it, but of course it tends to be lads that do this sort of thing for a dare, don't they? You know what they're like, lads. Stupid, some of them. They do things like, I've been in bars before DJing where they will get a shot glass and put vodka and lemon in it and then go like that with their eye. I mean, what is that about? Why would you want to put yourself through pain and suffering like that? Eh? One of the things Gordon Ramsay does, and some of these lads, eat a snake's heart. And they don't chew it. They swallow it. Anyway, this lad swallowed one as well. And he's gone like, he said, oh, it's stuck here. He said, I can actually feel it pulsating. Oh. Not for me, I'm afraid. Eating snake's hearts. Here's something in China. Mukbang videos are to be made illegal in China. Now, what are these? And then we're going to do the raffle after this. Last chance for a raffle ticket. Speak now. Mukbang videos. The president of China, it doesn't actually say that. This is in the Daily Star. It says President Xi Jinping. But I can't say XI. How do you say XI? Xi Jinping? Is that how you say it? He's stopping a video trend in which the creators of the videos consume thousands of calories on camera, referring to the shocking and distressing waste of food. Basically, these people set up their video cameras, I don't know, possibly TikTok, things like that, and they sit there and they just eat and eat and eat. I don't know about you, but I have a very large lunch. But I know when to stop. You know what I mean? Social media stars who make a living by eating enormous quantities of food on camera could see their careers ended by a new law proposed in China. We'll just open those phone lines again for the last time this evening, anyone who wants to call in. The mukbang is also known as an eating show, is a genre of online entertainment in which a host sits down to a feast and consumes the lot, sometimes in a live stream or a YouTube video. Is that appealing to you? How much could you eat in front of a camera? You just get to the point, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Oh, I don't like it being too full up. And then you try and sleep it off. And it's painful sometimes. Painful, isn't it? The format, which originated in South Korea, has become a hit around the world with millions of fans tuning in to watch their favourite creators fill their stomachs. One lady, 22, went public in 2019 with her decision to quit her job and film herself scoffing more than 5,000 calories of food at a time. That's a lot of food, isn't it? Mind you, a decent portion of fish and chips, I believe, is something coming on 1,000 calories. So 5 lots of that. You get decent portions if you're in the Trawler's Catch in Skegness, won't you? Oh, I look forward to going there again. Maybe 6 months' time. Can't wait. If my sister's watching, it's on me, Sharon, all right? They say it's particularly popular in China, where the most watched videos are the equivalent on Douyin, which apparently is the equivalent of TikTok, typically showing small young women making their way through enormous meals. This woman, she ate 15 burgers, 10 bowls of noodles, and even an entire roast lamb in a single sitting. Can you believe that? That's a lot of food. Let's go to the phones. George is there. Hello, George.
Hello, Chris.
All right. Is that something you could do, eat a lot of food like that, George?
Not really, no.
You reckon? Well, what did you have for dinner tonight? Tell us.
I had KFC.
And was that a large bucket or was it a small burger?
Large bucket.
I had a feeling it was. And how many little pieces of dead animal did you eat today, George?
20.
So how many little lives had to be laid down for your one meal? Do you not feel a little bit guilty about that?
No.
Oh dear, George, you disappoint me, darling. You disappoint me. I think you should immediately become a vegetarian, darling. There's some beautiful looking peas and carrots out there. There really is.
I did try, if you could remember, Chris.
How long ago was that now?
It was through the lockdown.
Was it? Didn't
Yeah.
succeed though. No, never mind, darling. Are you going to join our lose weight thing with all of us, George? I think you did. You mention that this morning? You are, aren't you? We're going to start that on Wednesday next week. Okay. Anyone else who wants to join?
I was phoning in for a reason, Chris.
Yes.
You know when you said about snake's heart?
Yes.
I saw a snake's heart.
Did you? Oh, where was that?
I was watching this program. I can't remember what it was called.
Right.
What is it called? What's that program for animals?
Oh, there's a lot of those. Was it David Attenborough or someone like that?
Yeah.
Right.
And this snake had something in his heart.
Oh, right.
And he had to cut it open and see his heart and everything.
Oh, how awful. I don't like snakes. Do you, George?
No.
You know how you get spiders in your house and flies?
No, I don't actually. Do you know how I can stop them?
Horse chestnuts.
Conkers.
Conkers, yes, horse chestnuts. I've heard this. I've heard this before, yeah. I think I might fill up my caravan with conkers to stop the spiders getting in there. But you know how some people get flies and spiders in their houses in this country? In Australia, you get poisonous snakes end up in your house. And that's not a joke. They get in.
No.
They do. They come down the toilet. You can be sitting on the toilet, George, and a snake comes up and bites your bum.
I could imagine that.
It's scary, isn't it? Anyway, you have a lovely evening, George. Thanks for calling in. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Bye. There we are, George. Happy New Year to George. Any more want to call in there? 0208 144 3477. I don't think I could do all that eating, though. That's too much, isn't it? New Year's Eve roaming. Roaming phones. Is that going to change? Because we're on our own now. We are now a sovereign country. We are no longer part of the European Union. And a lot of people have been worried about mobile phones. The story here. Mobile phone providers EE, O2, 3 and Vodafone have all confirmed that they will not start charging UK customers to use mobile data in Europe from now. So that's good news, isn't it? Another phone call. Adam on the line. Hello, Adam the plumber.
Good evening, Chris.
Have you any intention of going abroad at all?
2021.
Happy New Year to you, Adam. Happy New Year. Have you
Seems like a year since we've spoken.
Is it a year?
It must be, at least.
Have you any intention of going abroad? That's good news, isn't it?
Say that again, sorry, lovey.
The mobile phone operators are not going to start charging for roaming in Europe.
Oh, right.
According to a story in the Daily Mail today. Yeah. Or yesterday now. Yeah, yesterday. Oh, you've just sent in a super chat, Adam. Thank you, Adam the plumber. A £5 super chat. Let me give you 5 raffle tickets for the super chat raffle there.
That's all right. I think I've got to start paying, paying this year's subscription fee for this wonderful international television feast that we get every
I'm sorry,
now and then.
I'm not quite up to my usual standard because I couldn't find my Parker pen today, and here it is. It's okay. It's okay. I have been using a lesser pen today. A thank you, but I don't know where this has come from. Oh, actually, I think this is. Oh, yeah, this is.
More services have been resumed.
Yes,
now,
I
at the,
now have my
television
Parker
complex.
pen. That's better. We've come bang up. We've raised our standards in the last 30 seconds. I'm pleased to say, Adam.
Oh, that's good. That's
Anyway,
good.
you do send us a lot of tips. Thank you, Adam. Anyway, this is.
That's all right.
I'm going to give you 5 free raffle tickets for the clock draw, which will be Saturday week for that. Okay, Adam.
Okay, I shall look forward to that.
5 tickets for that. We're about to do the other raffle as well.
Excellent.
Anyway, what you got for me, Adam?
Right, I'm phoning in tonight to say, obviously, without a doubt, without saying it, 2020 was a funny old year.
Yeah.
But what was people's highlights of 2020?
Yes, what were they?
Well, for me, it was the highlights were meeting with neighbours that I never knew existed because
I think at this point you should now sing me one chorus of the Neighbours theme song.
Neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours. With a little understanding, we can find the perfect blend.
Da 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 da.
Neighbours should be there for one another. That's when good neighbours become good friends.
Yes.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Yes, 2020, as I say, a strange old year, but it's brought a lot of people together.
Yes, it has.
Helping out each other. I mean, my little neighbour next door, bless him, couldn't get out for his shopping. He's disabled, and his family, live a way away, and we've sort of grown a good bond over the last year. I'm now on the inheritance. I mean, it's now friends.
Oh, another one.
Another one, yes.
Perhaps you'll get
one for
another
the
house
collection.
this year, darling.
That's 3 I've got my eye on now. Why do you think all the super chats have been coming in thick and furious? I mean, yeah.
You're not going on my bleeding wheel, mate.
I'm building up my reserves here. But without a doubt, and you're going to hate me for saying this, Chris, without a doubt, your show has certainly seen me through 2020, through all the rough times.
Well, it's very kind of you to say so, Adam.
Yes, and we've got many more to look forward to.
Yeah.
And I must say, the reach on air is absolutely brilliant. I tune into that daily, and if I miss it, I listen to it on the read and rewind.
Do you know what? When I go, dare I tell you this? When I go out for a walk, I listen to my own show. How sad is that?
well, somebody's got to.
Talking of listening to radio shows, I tell you, when I'm walking around, I do listen to my show. I listen for faults. I am the world's worst critic of myself. Seriously, I listen. Oh, you started that too early, or you shouldn't have said that, or you said that wrong. That's what I'm like as I'm walking along. Anyway, when I finish that, I start listening to other people's shows. And tonight, on my walk tonight, I listened to someone on Reach, bloke I'd not listened to before, called Owen Andrews.
Okay.
Have a listen. He was playing retro. I think it was retro hits or something like that. Retro hits.
Sure.
And he said, I'm not going to play you a song from the 90s. If you went clubbing in the 90s, you'll know this one. And it came on. The OT Quartet. Hold That Sucker Down. And honestly, this song came on. You understand, I'm walking along the streets, Christmas lights flashing all over the place, and those violins started. It starts with a violin at the beginning. Da, 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 da. And I was there. There I was, back at a night, back at Turnmills in the 1990s. I was back there, walking along off my face. I absolutely was. It takes you back there like that, doesn't it?
It does. Music does do that. You listen to certain pieces of music, and it's like it takes me back when I was listening to Electric Dreams. What's it called? Living Electric Dreams. Oh,
yes.
The name
Together in Electric Dreams.
Yeah, Together in Electric Dreams, and that always takes me back to just before I went on stage at the Black Cap on Amateur Drag Night. It was one of the songs they played before they sort of introduced everybody and said, good evening, it's World Drag Night, And
Was that
I can
before
always-
me?
Sorry,
I
say
was-
again. Sorry.
I wasn't there then, was I?
I can't. Well, no. I mean, I think I was at the cap at the same time as you. 80. No, was it 89?
Oh, is
90?
it? Right. This is the Black Cap in Camden we're talking about.
Yeah, Black Cap in
Yeah, carry
Camden. So whenever I hear that piece of music, I can always remember myself
Yes.
being out in the back corridor. That long back corridor waiting to go on, and it was the sort of intro music.
Right.
And it was, but certain pieces of music just take you back, don't they?
Oh God, yeah, and that one absolutely took me back while I was sitting there, while I was walking along. It was fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant,
Fantastic.
brilliant. So keep up the good work, Chris.
Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you very much. You often send us tips, and a very big one at Christmas, which I'm eternally grateful for. I would never ask anyone for money.
No,
never. What I
Well,
say
realise
is,
that. No,
if you
I know
want
it's not
to,
your style, but
yeah, if you want to, it's there. That's how you do it. Because believe it or not, I do get messages. Or not anymore, because I now tell you what to do. But I used to get messages saying, why haven't you got this set up, and why haven't you got? Or why do you? Well, someone might want to send you this, so that's why it's there. I've never asked for money, and I never will. It's just how I am.
exactly. It's just people can show their appreciation for you.
Yeah, and it's very kind.
So my message to everybody is tonight: send £1 million worth of super chats in. Otherwise, Chris will never be on the air again. He needs to eat this week. Red parcels can be sent to Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex for
Amazon wish lists. Cottage,
Amazon wish list.
cottage in Lincolnshire. Can you add that to that?
Cottage in Lincolnshire, yeah. What? One with male toilet and a female toilet, or just the male toilet? I mean, that's
No. When I get for example, up at the Caravan, I've decided I'm going to have an outside toilet put in there. My nephew's going to do that for anyone else to use. I'm fed up with people using my toilet. I can't bear people using my toilet. Can't stand it.
Well, I'm sure we can put one in at the. We can build a little privy outside the Berkshire Television Studio.
Oh, can you
complex.
do one here as well? The actual bowl would, so I suppose, have to be metal, wouldn't it? Because it would get so cold in there. You don't want the sort of, the china to split if the water freezes.
No, that's it. We can put an industrial steel one in. They're called Bradco toilets.
Oh, is that what they are? Bradco? I've never heard of such a thing, dear.
Yes, they're complete. They're meant to be completely vandal-proof.
Have they got those in the
You've probably
trains?
seen them on the side of certain, let's say, certain areas where certain things go on.
Train stations and places like that.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you get those Bradco toilets.
Oh well.
They can't drill holes in the walls to make little peepholes and things.
I'm sure they have. Happy New Year to you, Adam. Thanks ever so much for the call.
All right, take care, Chris.
Much appreciated.
Bye.
Cheerio now. There's Adam the plumber calling in. I think he's in Kent. They're in a tier 4 there as well, aren't they? Right, we'll close the phone lines now, gang. Unless we get... Actually, if someone wins the clock, they might want to call in. But we're going to do that in a second. I don't know who that's... someone sent a message from 216, ending 216, but I don't know who you are. You didn't put your number there, so I don't know who that is. Do you want to... Unless it was someone who spoke to us earlier. Let's have a look. Was it? No, I don't know who 216 is. Do you want to just send your name there so I know who you are? All right, my love. George has gone to bed now. Good night, George. Peter Wright says, you've helped me through the pandemic. That's it for sure. I hope you continue your hard work to help us through however long this pandemic continues. Thank you from Peter Wright. Thank you, Peter. And actually, over the period, I said to Adam how many times he sent in tips here, there, and all over the place. Peter Wright was one of those people as well, actually. He's continued to send in tips, just a couple of quid here and a couple of quid there, and it is very appreciated. Don't think it doesn't go noticed. Okay, and good. Right. Well, I think we'll do the raffle now. I really would like a drum roll there, and I don't have that set up. I haven't quite finished setting up all my little sound effect. So if I'll do that now, actually, let's try and get that on there so we can do it all proper like, and we'll find out who's going to win this first clock. Where are we? That's it there, drum roll. Right, okay. You will have already heard the drum roll, of course, on the New Year's Eve bit that we did earlier on with special guest Shania from the Isle of Wight, head of the Catholic Church, she is, you know. Head of the Catholic Church. Right, ho. Here we go then. There's all your tickets in there, all right? All in there. Let's give them a bit of a mix. As always, gang, I do try and do it so that you can see there's no funny business going on, or I'm not picking one out in particular, or looking, okay? I look straight at the camera rather than you. Now and again, you might see one jump out, okay? It's just how it is. Don't worry about that, okay? If one jumps out, it was obviously not meant to be picked. Right, okay, so here we go. Are you ready? Right, let's have our drum roll in. It's loud, isn't it? Here we go. Here we go. And the winner is ticket number 229. Ticket number 229, which is... can you see that there? Hang on. That's a bit bright over there. How's that one? Is that better? No, it's even worse, isn't it? Or is it? Hang on. Yeah, you can see that. Jenny Sam. Jenny Sam, ticket number 229, as won by Miss, or Mrs., one of the two. Jenny Sam. Is she a Miss or a Mrs.? I don't know. Jenny Sam, well done. Jenny Sam is actually one of our silent bingo players. She doesn't get involved in the chat at all. So congratulations to Jenny Sam. Would you just like to text me, Jenny, and let me know, okay? Let me know that you've received that. And if you could just send me your full postal address, and that will be in the post to you next week. Okay? So that one's gone, which leaves 1 clock. 1 clock left, my darlings. And there it is. Okay? You can only win that with your free Super Chat tickets. Every time someone sends a £1 Super Chat, I will give you a free raffle ticket for that. Okay? You can do that either now, quickly, or Saturday, or next Wednesday, or Saturday, and then we do it Saturday week, which is the draw for our very last one will be on... What's this week? Second. So it'll be on Saturday the 9th. Saturday the 9th of January will be our very last ticket there. Congratulations to Jenny Sam. Oh, it was Wendy, was it? Sorry, Wendy, darling. Sorry, Wendy, I do apologise. No, I wouldn't. Don't worry about that. I wouldn't. Excellent. Jenny Sam has texted in. Yes, it's me. Yes, it is you. Isn't that the first time you won something? Did you ever win the bingo? I don't know. Congratulations to Jenny Sam. She wins the clock. Okie doke. I think we're all done. Thank you ever so much for joining us on this New Year's Eve. I got to tell you, I was as nervous as hell doing this tonight because I'd never done a New Year's Eve. Obviously, you see the New Year's Eve bit is all prepared and all works quite well. It was never going to get to you bang on midnight because of the way the internet works. Believe me, it was bang on midnight here when that chime went. You probably got it 10 seconds afterwards or something like that, depending on the amount of traffic that's going around in the internet, which I would imagine at that time was probably the busiest time of the whole year. All right, that's it then. Thanks ever so much for joining us, as I say, on this New Year's Eve. A big happy 2021 to you all. The next chat show will be on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. And then the next one after that will be next Wednesday night. We have a new regular spot every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. We will be here, okay? And at the moment, Saturday as well. We've just got one more call come in there. Let me take that very quickly then. Who's calling in, please? 941. Hello? Who's that? Who's calling in? Hello? No one? Okay. Right, 941. There we go. Let's just make a little note of that. What was I saying? Yes, that was us saying. So we do a regular Wednesday night chat show now. That's at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night. And we also do a chat show on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. All right, they're the two chat shows at the moment. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning on the radio. The radio station is reachonair.com. You can listen either on the internet, on whatever device you're on there, on the internet, reachonair.com, or you can listen on a smart speaker. If you're listening on, you can listen on a Google Mini or Siri. Okay, just say the word of the device, such as Siri, play Reach on Air, and it should just play. You can also listen on your Amazon speaker. Okay, over on Amazon, you have to enable the skill Reach on Air. All right, enable the skill Reach on Air. Once you've done that, close the app and then say to your speaker, Amazon, play Reach on Air, and it should work. All righty. Okie doke, gang. I'm going now. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, reachonair.com. Thanks ever so much for being with us tonight. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.